The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. Chapter 19. Attacked by the Fighting Trees. The next morning, Dorothy kissed the pretty green girl farewell, and they all shook hands with the soldier with the green whiskers, who had accompanied them as far as the great gate. The guardian at once removed their spectacles, returned them to the green box, and sent them away with many kindly wishes. "You are our ruler now," he said to the Scarecrow. "So you must return to us again as soon as possible." "I certainly shall, if I am able," replied the Scarecrow. "But I must first help Dorothy get home." As Dorothy bade the good-natured guardian a final farewell, she said, "I have been treated very kindly in your lovely city, and everyone has been good to me. I cannot tell you how grateful I am." "Don't try to stay, my dear," he answered. "We would like to keep you with us, but if you wish to return to Kansas, I hope you find a way." He then opened the gate in the outer wall, and they walked forth and started upon their journey. The sun shone brightly as our friends turned their faces toward the land of the South. They were all in the best of spirits and laughed and chatted merrily together. Dorothy was once more filled with hope of getting home, and the Scarecrow and Tin Woodman were delighted to be of use to her. The Lion sniffed the fresh air with pleasure, feeling very content. Toto scampered about them, chasing moths and butterflies, barking happily all the while. "City life does not agree with me at all," remarked the Lion as they walked along at a brisk pace. "I have lost much flesh since I lived there, and now I am eager to show the other beasts how courageous I have grown." They turned and took a last look at the Emerald City. Oz was not such a bad wizard after all, said the Tin Woodman as he felt his heart rattling around in his breast. "He knew how to give me brains, and very good brains too," said the Scarecrow. "If Oz had taken a dose of the same courage he gave me," added the Lion, "he would have been a brave man." Dorothy said nothing. Oz had not kept the promise he made her, but he had done his best, so she forgave him. As he said, he was a good man, even if he was a bad wizard.
He tried his best anyway.
The first day's journey took them through the green fields and bright flowers surrounding the Emerald City on all sides. That night, they slept on the grass beneath the stars, resting very well indeed. In the morning, they continued until they reached a thick wood. There was no way around it, for it stretched to the right and left beyond their sight. Besides, they dared not alter their course for fear of losing their way. The Scarecrow, who was leading, found a big tree with wide spreading branches that left room for them to pass underneath. He stepped forward, but as he reached the first branches, they bent down and twined around him. The next moment, they lifted him from the ground and flung him headlong among his companions. It did not hurt the Scarecrow, but it startled him, and he looked quite dizzy when Dorothy helped him up. Here's another opening between the trees, called the Lion. "Let me try it first," said the Scarecrow. "It doesn't hurt me to get thrown about." He walked up to another tree as he spoke, but its branches immediately seized him and tossed him back again. "This is strange," exclaimed Dorothy. "What shall we do? The trees seem to have made up their minds to fight us and stop our journey," remarked the Lion. "I believe I will try it myself," said the woodman. Shouldering his axe, he marched up to the first tree that had handled the scarecrow so roughly. When a big branch bent down to seize him, the woodman chopped at it so fiercely that he cut it in two. At once the tree began shaking all its branches as if in pain, and the Tin Woodman passed safely under it. "Come on!" he shouted to the others. "Be quick!" They all ran forward and passed under the tree without injury, except Toto, who was caught by a small branch and shaken until he howled. The woodman promptly chopped off the branch and set the little dog free. The other trees of the forest did nothing to hold them back, so they concluded that only the first row could bend down their branches. These were probably the policemen of the forest, given this wonderful power to keep strangers out. The four travelers walked with ease through the trees until they reached the farther edge of the wood. To their surprise, they found a high wall before them, made of smooth white china like the surface of a dish, towering above their heads. "What shall we do now?" asked Dorothy. "I will make a ladder," said the Tin Woodman, "for we certainly must climb over the wall."
Wow, that's a huge wall.